Maybe we should have called Jimmy Bags.
Oh, he's a big sport guy?
Jimmy
Jimmy Bags.
A buddy of ours. He's from New York.
Oh,
And,
get him on the podcast, yes.
Huge Yankee fan. He
Let's just jump into the podcast. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Cheers.
Thanks for dealing with my lazy response all the time. I appreciate that.
It's good.
Oh,
you-
sorry,
oh,
my
you didn't drink?
Everybody's
Salud.
actually.
So, welcome guys to another week of Drunken Public. I'm your host, Victor Santana, bringing people one beer at a time and showcasing the best part of Dallas community. I, to this day, believe Dallas Fort Worth has the best beer community, and you're a part of the reason why. So, Six Pack Trails, we connected weirdly on social media, but I'm talking to you guys now and learning a little bit about your history. I'm super excited to have you guys on. So, I have Paul and Eric from Six Pack Trails. Thank you guys for coming on.
No worries. Thanks for having us.
Oh, no, this is exciting. You guys run all the fun beer social events as far as running and biking.
Like the-
Majority of them.
We're like the active beer mafia.
No,
Yeah.
ooh, hashtag beer mafia. I like that. I like that. So, how did this come up? I really enjoyed the event that we showcased it on our page, and I was really excited. But apparently, you run a majority more, a shit ton more, I should say.
Sure. Yeah. Why not start and then
Yeah.
go from there? So, overall, the name of our company is On Your Left Marketing and Events.
Okay.
On your left.
On your left.
your left.
Yep. We are just going on our 11th year
Okay.
operating in marketing events here in Texas, and we've done
11
things
years.
coast to coast. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We, as it relates to beer events, we've done, so much. We started with Rar and Sons Brewery. Was kind of our first beer client, I guess you could say.
Kind of one of the first breweries out here.
The
That,
OG brewery.
Yeah.
We started working with them when a running store here called Run On was one of our clients.
Okay.
And it was 13, 14 years ago when they wanted to start getting beer at their races. And RAR was one of our first calls, and Aaron and Fritz generously said, yep, no problem, we'll happily
Nice.
donate beer to those events. And that's kind of how it started. They would come out and saw thousands of people running and drinking their beer at the end of the race. And we're like, man, we got to do one of these at our brewery. So we got with them, and RAR Oktoberfest was born. And
That's what I ran. I didn't run that. I ran something before that. But anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
yeah, no worries. So
I
that's
ran one of the social runs we do
Yeah.
monthly.
yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah, so we have a big event for them, the Rar and Sons Oktoberfest 5K. It's September 28th this year. We have 3,000 runners at that event. This is the 10th year of that race.
A decade strong.
Decade strong.
Yep. I'm doing a 10K this year, which is new.
I would not be in that.
Maybe just for this year. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
One thing I realized about DFW area, and not to finish cut your story off,
Oh, you're fine.
people love to run out here. Like, this is the most runningest town I've ever fucking seen in my life. Growing up in New York City, I didn't hear much people running outside of like, oh, I play for a team, I play for this, I have to do road work. But I've never seen recreational running growing up. Mind you, I grew up in not the greatest neighborhood in Queens, so I was not welcome to run either. People always track you down while you're running.
They're chasing you in Queens, right?
Most of the time. Most of the time. And it was usually the cops.
Yeah.
But so people love to run out here. So I'm pretty sure that 10K run is gonna be a massive event. It's gonna be successful. So
Should be good. I think we've got 40 or 50 people in the 10K version right now, and another 300 already signed up for the 5K.
It's not till September. So.
Yeah.
oh wow.
Lots of time.
What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and not to sway you from beer, but there's also a whiskey shot on the course that
From
Firestone
TX
Robertson
Whiskey.
does.
Here's the deal. A little background of the show. I'm a liquor drinker.
Okay.
And the last year and a half, I really fell in love with the DFW beer community, and I really like the beer community again. So I'm learning, and I've grown to have a great appreciation for beer. But I like whiskey, I like rum, I like drinking. And so you had me at whiskey.
Hey, the bourbon barrel aged beers are fantastic. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
So
Stouts. That's why I also love stouts.
yeah, so there's a marriage there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you sold me on whiskey.
yeah. So it's one of the only races where it's a competitive race. It's chip time and all that sort of thing, where runners will physically stop in the middle of their race and do a shot of whiskey, and then keep going.
So
People always need an excuse to drink, but they don't actually need an excuse to drink either. But this gives them an excuse to drink.
I need an excuse to drink. You know why? Because I have a podcast and I have to do some type of events, and I think it's gonna be awesome to do a vlogging event. I'm not a great runner. I'm also 300 pounds, so I won't say I'll make any great time on it, but I will finish it for my shots of whiskey.
We have walkers, runners, pub crawlers. I don't care what you call them. They get out there and accomplish it. So.
I might be a grandpa or a pub crawler, whichever's the slowest one. I'm on that list.
I think we need to start adding a prize for last place. I think would be a good thing to do.
We used to have a beer belly division.
Ooh,
for
yes.
people 250 and above.
I need that. Oh, easy.
Women, it was a different. What was the weight for that?
It was, I think, 180 or something like that. But a lot of
Anyway,
ladies were
we
nervous.
kind of
about
got away
saying
from
that.
it because the women wouldn't want to sign themselves up for it.
No, you don't put a weight description on the women. Just allow the women to do it if they want to, and then you will open that up, and then the men 250 and above. Yo, we in there. I'm in there. I don't mind. I say I'm 300 pounds all the time.
I think we bring you guys in. You guys are the sponsor of the weigh-in before the race, for
Done.
the beer belly division.
Oh yeah.
So weigh in a circumference challenge. So
Ooh, that's it. That's gonna be fun.
And then
That
we-
could make it like a prize fight.
and then we cut the crop top shirt for them too.
Oh,
so
no.
you got to show the beer belly whether they're running too.
Nice.
I will. You kind of. I'm there. You know what? I'm committed to this. I'm in there.
It's all over the world now. So
Yeah,
you said
I'm in
yes.
there. If we can make it like a weigh-in competition, I
yeah.
would come up to like a little podium and weigh in. I'm like, yeah, we're in here.
One of those big butcher scales they all stand up
And then
on.
I yell out there, wait. Oh man,
Yeah,
I'll be the first
fun.
one up there.
Yeah. So that's kind of what got us started in this running and beer scene, so to speak. Go figure, people want to drink beer after they get done running.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's also a crazy concept for me.
Recovery.
Yeah.
When I first, it's a great recovery. St. Patrick's Day run. I don't know who runs that. I think that's the most beautiful thing because usually people hang over that morning and you gotta go do it.
Bite the dog that bit you.
Damn right.
Yeah. So a good friend of mine coined the phrase, it's a bagel in a bottle. So after you're done
Can I take
drinking,
that?
you got to recarb, right? So
Yeah.
there's your carbs.
Can I use that? I'm gonna use that.
Bagel in a bottle.
Yeah, thank Bob Wallace from Run On for
Bob Wallace. I'm taking
Bob
your
Wallace.
hashtag. I'm using it. Every time I do any running event with you guys, I'm doing hashtag bagel in the bottle.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah, so that event has grown tremendously. I think we were talking about it earlier. We do monthly social runs for that, which you've participated in.
Yes.
one. So those are the first Saturday of every month. So in 2 days, we kick those
Yeah.
off with the Texas Independence themed
Yeah.
social run.
We usually have like a nice little after run activity. So
Okay.
this month, we're instead of Walker Texas Ranger sharpshooting, we're doing Runner Texas Ranger sharpshooting, and we'll have like an arsenal of Nerf guns and like beer cans set out for people
nice.
to shoot after the event. And basically, the person that knocks down like the most beer cans is gonna win some Heim barbecue.
Oh,
So-
nice.
Yeah. So we always have a fun kind of activity after each social run. That's
Okay.
pretty fun.
All right. It's this Saturday.
Yeah. What are you doing? I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Another excuse for beer.
I'll be there and try to win that Himes thing. I won't win it. I'm not a great marksman.
I'll have to rig the raffle. We raffle ticket the contestants.
No, I win. Honestly, I'm gonna go participate like everybody else, and if I can win, I can win. But wink, wink. No, but I love Himes, man. The bacon burn ends, that's the best. The mac and cheese, can't go wrong there. I don't think I don't go to Himes often because I like going to one in Fort. There's only one in Fort Worth, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to have two
I
coming
thought
up.
the second one hasn't opened one yet.
Not yet.
Okay. So I used to have my co-host is from Fort Worth, and he lives right by Himes. So I try my best to always get out there and eat over there when we can. But we get there early. I'm talking about like 4 o'clock.
We
it's
pass
still
by it
alive
on
there, yeah.
the social run, and so people have to smell it before they can try to win it.
You
Oh, yeah.
dirty bastards.
It's everything down Magnolia. You got the bacon, everything. I mean, it's
Ice cream.
crazy.
Pizza, ice cream. Yeah, man. It's not a. It's the worst if you're trying to lose weight and you live over there.
Right?
It's a cool neighborhood.
It's beautiful, man. Shout out to one of my good friends. They have a house that her older brother bought years ago. You know, engineer. Never worked on it though. Sold it to her, and right there, right by Magnolia, not too far away. One of those old old-timey houses that she refixed. So it's beautiful. She put a lot of work into it.
I wish we'd have bought one 10 years ago when we started working with the RAR. Holy cow.
Dude, you telling me?
Yeah.
One of my, you know why I fell in love with Texas? My first job ever in Texas was in a lab, which I stayed in the medical field. That's my profession. But the doctor I met was a Dominican guy. He's like, oh, you're Dominican, because I'm from the Dominican Republic. Or my parents are, I should say. He's like, here, I work too many hours. I have season tickets to the Rangers. Use all my season tickets. It's yours. That's year one I moved here. I went to all the Rangers games. Keyed and everything. And he had the perfect seats where I haven't been in the Rangers stadium for a while, but I came up with this left field or right field that has that shadow cast in the midday games. I think it's on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it's got to be. Sun sets in the west, so it's got to be on the. Well, I guess it depends on the time of day. So
The midday game is always a cast in that little area. So you know when the sun's at its peak.
Left side.
Yes.
And then, but anyway, he had this perfect seats, and when I went to midday games, I realized like he mapped it out. He loves baseball, but I fell in love with like being here because people just give me shit all the time. Like, oh, you don't live here? I got my first car that way. A beautiful couple. I was working at a bar for a few weeks. They met me. They helped me pay for my first car. They didn't give me the money. I paid them back, but they helped me pay for my first car. Like, yo, this is the best.
I need to hang out with you more often. Maybe get some free stuff.
Some DFW hospitality.
You did buy us a beer, so thank you for that.
That's right.
That's for you guys because you guys take a day out of your time to hang out with me. But as we go on a tangent about property which we bought, these last 10 years have been working on building this.
Yeah, so RAR's been fantastic, and that's kind of developed into. We started working with St. Arnold down in Houston.
Another classic.
Yeah. You know. We launched their Santo de Mayo 5K after the
That was
Santo
you guys?
beer.
That's huge.
Yeah. So this is year 5 of that.
There's a lot of people that run that one.
Yeah, that's like one of the first beers I like, and I heard about that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was you guys.
Yeah. So that's it's actually on Cinco de Mayo. The 5th one is on Cinco de Mayo this year, which is crazy.
Okay.
And
Did you plan that?
I did.
He
I
did
mean, it's
plan
just
that.
the way the calendar works.
You're a good planner.
He like mapped the years in advance. Like this event's gonna take off. We ain't got this date locked down.
So we should have 5,000 people at that. It's a 5K, and their new beer garden down there is spectacular. If
I've
you
seen
haven't seen
pictures.
that too, it's awesome. And they do similar to what we've done with RAR. We have a social run series, but it's with the Flying Saucer down there.
Okay.
And so we do 3 social runs leading up to the race at the Flying Saucer in downtown. And then this year, actually next Wednesday, we're launching the St. Arnold Running Club at the brewery. So every Wednesday night, come to the
Every
brewery,
single Wednesday night.
even Christmas. Not Christmas.
No.
I was like, damn.
Whoa, that's commitment.
You will run on Christmas. It's
There's
like
people-
Festivus is what it should
There's
be.
people who do it. It's how it is.
No, that's going to support running clubs down there?
Yeah, so we partner with the Bay Area Running Club, and they get $5 for each registration that we do, and they raise money for their scholarships and their community projects. So
Nice.
that's just for the social.
And overall, like the event supports the Greater Northside Management District,
Yep.
and so that like puts money into the surrounding area around the brewery.
They're putting in their first bike. I can't remember what they called it, but their first rechargeable bike station that we've raised funds with is going in next week. So we'll get some pictures of that and get that up on the website.
Oh,
That's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. Houston's my favorite city by far.
But this is Dallas Beer Talk.
It is Dallas.
Dallas
Beer
Beer
Talk.
Talk. Yeah, people say that all the time to me. Dallas has grown. I have grown a lot to love Dallas, and I really love the people more than the city itself.
Sure.
And that's why I also stay here.
Yeah.
But Houston is a city I haven't lived there. I lived in Dallas all the years I've been here. I've lived in Dallas.
We're just trying to break down that barrier, that rivalry between Dallas and Houston.
Oh yeah, I love it. But people ask them, this is first of all, we're Americans. We love rivalry. We love arguing, and we love fighting each other. So first and foremost, there's always going to be some kind of contention between Dallas Fort Worth, Dallas DFW area in Houston,
Yep.
and everybody else. There's always going to be some.
Notice how San Antonio is just kind of out there hanging out.
Well, we can't hate on San Antonio.
Yeah, consistency.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong.
It's all about being consistent.
Oh, I
there.
love San Antonio. Oh,
Right.
I'm taking my first trip to Lubbock this weekend, so
What are you doing in
driving
Lubbock?
or
it's not Dallas Beer Talk, but we're going to see Metallica
Oh,
in Lubbock on Saturday night.
this guy's all about Daddy Rock.
hey, I discovered Metallica here in Texas, so
So I'll drink some craft beers while I'm out there.
Yeah.
Check out the Lubbock beer scene. See what they got to offer.
I don't know.
I think it's a dry county, bro.
No, there's brew pubs and things. I
There is?
Googled some of it, yeah.
Tyler even has a brewery outside of Tyler. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that one's like Truvine or something.
I mean, how can you have Texas Tech and not beer?
Well, I just remember when I went to visit to like go there. I just remember it being a dry county. Not that that's what I based my college decision off of.
You know, shout out to that right behind you. You got the beautiful Growlerfield monks behind you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Pancos is big time. We love those guys.
Yeah.
You don't want to drink a growler full of Velvet Hammer though, because it'll.
I mean,
it'll hammer
do you want to drink anything of Growlerfield for Pensacolas? Like, we have 2016 Dark Curtain, which is a 12% beer. That's ridiculous. They make big boy beers, man. I
Right.
don't think anybody wants to drink a Growlerfield, but you do, though.
Yeah.
At home.
Well,
Responsible.
that's why the after party at the race is the silliest I think I've ever seen. Just because you get 3 beers when you finish the race.
Ooh,
So think about
you
it.
get 3 beers?
You get so you get up
Yeah.
early in the morning. You probably don't have breakfast,
No, because you're going to run. Who's going to have breakfast?
and let's be honest, you're probably hungover. From
And you want your bagel,
That's what your hashtag
bagel in a cup.
Bagel in a cup.
So you get up, you go run, and the first thing you put in your body is a Velvet Hammer.
Good old 8% beer.
So things start to get
Yikes.
funky after that.
Yeah, and you get 2 more of those.
Then you get 2 more of them.
Or you get a choice of any of the beers there.
They have all their beers on tap, and
If I was me, I would go Coach first because that's probably the lightest
Yeah.
thing to have.
Yeah.
4%.
Let's go with some golden
Right.
opportunity.
Yeah. Sit down or sit down. Can I get that 12% beer? Sit down on sit down, please. I'll take that.
right? I think we take 2 coupons for that one, but yeah, but it's still,
It's
I
still
mean, it's
rough,
fun.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good time. And then similar to RAR, we launched a social run series. We actually call it the Petacolas Running Club, and they
Yeah.
run on the second Saturday of each month.
Okay.
So if you're looking for something to do on the second Saturday of the month, go there. You'll get some Casa Masa tamales.
So good.
Super good.
Can't go wrong with that.
You'll
So first
you'll
Saturday
get
of
3
the month,
beers and
we
do
have,
3 miles. First Saturday of the month,
Raw.
Raw and Sun Social Run.
Arson, second Saturday of the month.
Second Saturday of the month,
So Dallas and
Petacolas.
Fort Worth, we got that locked down. We got
Then-
third Saturday of the month.
Six Pack
Probably a
Trail.
6-pack trail, yeah.
Six Pack Trail has third Saturday of the month events. And Six Pack Trail, if you don't like running, it is biking.
So that's when
So-
we get to hang out with you.
That's when you get to hang out with me. Eric does the running, I do the biking.
Yeah. I'm there too, though.
Oh, we get to hang out with
we're,
both of you.
we're everywhere, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So-
Paul's there. Paul's at the running events too.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm there. I'm just usually the back of the pack
you do
walker
that.
guy.
You take the cab to the trail end of the trail, and you're like, I'm here. I've been running the whole time.
Paul has rented scooters to lead the race. You know.
I've done that before to stay up with the fast people.
Yeah.
No shit.
You gotta do what you gotta do
I'll do the same
to
thing.
make sure that it goes well.
Yeah, make sure no one's cheating. I gotta keep an eye on these guys.
Yeah.
How is he gonna keep an eye on them?
Exactly. So, yeah. But yeah, so each just not to market ourselves, but yeah. So the social runs, I will a
We're
little
here
bit.
to market.
Yeah.
Market yourself all the way.
So the social runs, whether at Raw or Petacolas, it's $20, and you get 3 beers,
It's just this price anyway.
glassware. So you take home a custom. Raw does themed pints for all their stuff, so you get a themed pint. Petacolas, we do our own for each social run, so you come up with themes, work with Finley there, and do all that sort of stuff, which is great. And then you get breakfast at Raw. It's Holy Free Holy is a food truck that we use, and they match the food to the theme of the race typically.
Oh, nice.
And then at Petacolas, it's Casa Masa tamales, and
Which can't go wrong with that either.
no, they're
They're
so
super good.
Oh my gosh, they're ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you get your 3 miles. We do some raffle prizes. All of our social runs are led by. We at least have 4 to 5 different pacers at each one of those, so nobody gets lost.
Which is like the best job ever. Because you already like running, and then you basically drink
So
and
you're,
lead people
you're a
around.
professional drinker and a professional runner if you're on our what we call our PPL crew, because you're paid to run and paid to drink, and technically paid to eat. So
I mean, I could do the drinking and eating part, the running part. I gotta train for that. So hit me up next year. 2020 might be my year.
we do have people that stay behind at the brewery, so they can guard all the stuff. So
Oh, I could
your
guard.
security.
I could be security all
There
day.
you go.
I wear all black, wear a security shirt too.
You be the bouncer.
I
So,
can.
I mean, in my opinion, and I'm an avid runner. I run at least 100 miles a month. I participate in all kinds of events, from full marathons down to the 5K. As a runner, it's the best deal in town. Now, we don't close streets on the social runs. There's no chip timing or any of that sort of stuff. And it's very approachable for people that aren't the running nerds like me that run all the time. Like somebody that wants to just walk. We have, like I said, we have butt pinchers in the back. Make sure you don't
Not
get lost.
literally.
So I'm glad you
Victor's
said
like,
that.
I want that job.
Kind of.
We're working on it. Yeah.
I'm glad you said it because I was thinking about that.
Yeah, but it's smart. The courses are marked. We put out mile markers, water, all that sort of stuff for these social runs. So for $20, three beers, breakfast, a pint glass, and a run.
From my experience a few years ago, I did the Roar one. My friend is an avid runner. He wanted me to go running with him. So with the Roar one, and I was laughing earlier about because I was like, oh, this was a big event. It was a couple hundred people there, and we got a glass, blah blah blah. One of the social events. And he's like, oh no, that's not a social event. The actual races, you get a couple thousand. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's crazy.
But it's
Band,
still
all that sort of
fun.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Roar event that I know I've experienced a couple years ago was I still got the glassware.
Right.
My friend still has all his glassware. He has too many glassware on his all the ones he went to. But you get your glassware, you drink there, you have a good time, you eat. And it's even if you just get the glass in the running, it's worth it. I've seen a lot of people get their glassware and leave, and then when you drink on top of it, that's the best. You said the best bang for your buck.
Sure.
Can't
It
beat
really
that.
is. It's a good deal.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. You get in shape, you're having fun, you meet people. I met a lot of great people.
Yeah,
that day.
I would say most of the biggest thing with our events is it's a great opportunity for people, whether they're super serious or like not so serious, to have an excuse to get outside, do something with your friends, build community. I would say active lifestyle kind of events with On Your Left. That's what you're gonna get. You're gonna meet people that you don't already know. You're gonna probably have an excuse to drink, and you're probably gonna get also an opportunity to get fit and get outside.
And then after all that, give Paul all the credit. He came up with the idea, but the six-pack trail ride. And I'm a runner, so in my opinion, it's actually it's the funnest thing to do in Dallas-Fort Worth,
The six pack.
and a value.
Oh,
I mean, it is. They are fun events. They're things you can't normally do.
Yeah, it's different. I would say, it stemmed out of the idea of when you go to a city, you typically probably want to hit up their beer scene, figure out what that's about. Probably want to eat some of their food, and then also see the place. And so, of all places, I went to like Fayetteville, Arkansas. And you're like, what do you do in Fayetteville?
You drink.
There's a lot of breweries in
Yeah,
Fayetteville,
I
and
drank.
so they have an ale trail there, and it was just like, it just kind of hit me. It was like, we're already working with all these breweries, doing all these runs and different things like that, and we already have relationships with people, and they're all so close to each other. And I don't like to run, but I do like to bike, and this could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But how do you make an event where you can do that and make it approachable, but also controlled enough to go well?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a solid question.
Yes. So
Paul came up with the concept. We started starting in Trinity Groves.
yeah. So basically, what a six-pack trail tour is we have 4 different routes. We've got a Dallas route, we've got a Fort Worth route, a White Rock Lake route. We also have a Deep Ellum route. And
I
you
like
go
the
to
White Rock.
you go to 6 locations.
Okay.
Typically, it's 6 breweries. On the White Rock Lake version, it's also some off-premise kind of like bars and different things that are around the lake, where we pull in a different brewery to feature there.
Okay.
Which is pretty neat because you get kind of like to taste. It's like almost like a taste of White Rock Lake, if you will. But with it, you get 6 8-ounce pours, and then you get dinner at the end, and 5 hours of fun. Honestly, I mean, if you think about it, when you go to like a movie or something, you're paying like probably like $10 for like an hour,
Yeah.
maybe something like that. Anyway, our events are $55. You get your 8-ounce pours. You get your dinner, but you also get beer guides to show you around, tell you about each place.
Side note,
Yeah,
for people like me, I don't have a bike.
yeah,
Is there people you can rent bikes from?
yeah. So actually, just right around the corner from here, we've got our bike partner. It's Local Hub.
Okay.
It's a woman-owned business, and she's awesome. Her name is Christy, and they kill it. They're great.
Shout out to Christy. I'm gonna have to use you.
Yeah, shout out to Christy. We basically, when you book a tour, you get a $15 off code to sign up, and basically it takes their bike rental rate down to like $35 for the day.
Okay.
And it's a high quality bike. It's not like any of the bike share bikes in town. It's gonna.
Not the rinky-dink bikes you get around the city.
It's not a line bike. It's gonna definitely be a bike that you enjoy riding. We found that people that choose to go with bike share bikes find themselves at the back of the pack and hating the day.
Yeah.
I mean, they like their experience, but
It's a long ride.
they're just at the back,
Yeah.
trying to keep up.
What I'm thinking is it will be interesting. Obviously, I'm not in the best shape.
You don't have to be,
Nope.
But
which
what
is a
I'm-
great thing for this.
See, that's when you had me right there. You don't have to be. What I would be interested in, which I'm gonna do, this month's March's Six Pack Trails is gonna be Dallas, Fort Worth.
We have 3 of them actually. So
Three
we've
of
got
3 a month.
well, actually, this one we have 4. We have 4 this month.
I'll drink to that.
We have 4 Six-Pack
I'll get
trails
into
this
drinking.
month.
I'll drink to that.
So the rotation is Dallas. We do the 2nd and 4th Saturday of the month,
Okay.
and that route I would call we call it like the Dallas Skyline route. It's basically the design district.
Okay.
And then we have basically on the 3rd Saturday of the month, we'll have Fort Worth version of it, and then that 3rd Sunday of the month, we'll have the Deep Ellum version. So it's basically the 16th, and then on St. Patrick's Day, we'll have the Deep Ellum one as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
I'm gonna have to
yeah.
sign up. I'm gonna have to sign up. So I'm
Just kind of pick your poison, whatever one you want to get to. So like on
see what I can do.
Dallas, we hit the Cidercade, then we hit Noble Ray, Pegasus,
Love it.
City Brewery. We hit Petacolas,
I forgot about
and
saying
then we
Pegasus.
hit
Taco stop
we
in the
hit
middle.
Taco Stop after that.
Oh,
Then
solid
we hit
spot.
Community,
Something in your belly.
Yes.
hit Community, then Texas L Project, and hit Luck. That's where we start the day. And then for moving to Fort Worth, what we do is we hit Fort Brewery. We start at
Okay.
Brood there on Magnolia.
Nice.
Then
I've been there.
Fantastic.
we pedal our way to RAR.
Solid.
Then we hit Wild Acre.
Okay.
Then we hit Martin House. Then we
Beautiful.
hit Hot Fusion and Collective.
Phenomenal.
And then you end the day at Brood with a burger.
Badass burger. You should
Yes.
clarify.
With
Yeah.
a badass burger.
So to Paul's point, at Luck, it's one of their craft-made sandwiches. We don't even know what the sandwich is until we
Well-
get there because they do everything so fresh.
Luck makes some really solid. They make a good burger too, but their sandwiches, I think, their go-to. For me, it is. I mean, I only speak
Yeah.
for myself, but I know when I go to any of the events and they have a sandwich pairing or a sandwich like freshly made, like it's the
It's
best
awesome.
thing. First of all, especially when you've been drinking or riding all day. Like, listen, I haven't rode a bike in years, but I'll tell you, if I'm riding around and I gotta eat a sandwich, that's probably the best sandwich to eat right there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And then Brood does the burger, and it's their burger. I mean, they're phenomenal.
Delicious. One of my favorite burgers.
So both of those rides are 10 miles, and then the Deep Ellum version is about 8 miles. And that one you start basically at the shared patio of Brain Dead and of Local Hub. The bike partner is right next door to them. So that one, if you're renting a bike, you can just pick it up right there. And then we basically bike out here to Craft and Growler where we are, and then you hit Trinity Cider. Then you hit Four Corners Brewery. After
Okay.
that, you hit the
Solid.
Farmers Market, and you go to Noble Ray there. And then you go to Deep Ellum Brewery, and then a brewery that's going to be opening up soon is Westlake Brewery. So you hit them, and then you finish off the day with a burger at Brain Dead. So it's basically kind of a way for everybody to see all these places in one day.
Yeah.
Which is kind of hard to do, but
Get an
also do
exercise
it in a way where you're learning about the places as you go, kind of who started them, what they're about, and then also at the same time, just getting a sample of them. So we're only at each place for like 30 minutes,
That's not bad.
and yeah, so it's enough to see the place, taste some of it, and then kind of almost get teased to come back to it. You know,
It's
so
perfect timing, yeah.
There's two points that Paul brings up that are the breweries or the restaurants where we're going. They almost treat your group like a little bit of a VIP. I'm sure you've been to a brewery where it's packed.
Yeah.
But when our crew rolls up, they put us in a back door or move us to the front of the line because they know we're there for just a limited amount of time. And to get those beers quickly because we're going to get on our bikes and keep going. but it wouldn't be possible without our beer guides. Our beer guides are phenomenal. They do all the research on these breweries. They give you kind of that quick Cliff Notes version of the brewery and what makes them special and kind of what's their favorite component to it.
Okay.
And then at each one of those rides, to Paul's point about this event being approachable, we have 2 guides on bikes. We limit these rides to 50 riders so that we can control it. So we always have a lead cyclist and a cyclist in the back. And then we also have a cyclist in a car with a bike rack, because you never know what's going to happen to somebody's
Someone falls,
bike. Chain falls
Yeah, you
off,
could have
flat
somebody show up
tires.
with like a bike that has tires like this big,
Mhm.
and you're like, I don't have a tube for that, but I do have a bike rack on the back of my car, so you can just get in my car and I can ride you. I can drive you to the next stop and you can have your beer.
And then we got time to fix it, so you're not holding up
Yeah.
the entire crew on a 10-mile bike ride.
Probably not fixing that one unless you bring your own tube.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
People have done it before, I'm assuming.
that is definitely something that happened.
Yeah.
We will see. I would say the guide at the back of the pack has seen everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
They
I would-
become like the counselor for somebody who's like anxious and doesn't feel like they can ride down a hill. They become like the Mr. Fix-It mechanic.
I didn't think about that.
Um,
You gotta go uphill, downhill, some places.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't done
Yeah.
that since a kid in New York City.
That's why sometimes those line bikes aren't the best reasoning or best thing to rent.
Yeah,
Because
you
get
don't
some-
know what those brakes is gonna be keeping
Yeah.
up with.
True, because it might have been like rusting in the weather for like since it got dropped,
Yeah,
which it is.
pretty much. It's really dangerous. No, at least be better than my old story when I rebuilt a bike with no brakes. We had to put our feet on the back of the
Put your
wheels.
foot- yeah,
Back,
yeah.
Nice.
Stop. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 We haven't had a unicycle yet. We did have a tandem bike. Like 2 dudes rented a tandem bike.
That's interesting.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah.
They did well. But we haven't had anybody try to do it like on spikes or anything.
Right. No one's
That'd
clipped
be
in
tough.
yet.
Nobody's clipped in yet, to my knowledge.
Brandon
But-
clipped in. Rossi
Yeah.
did.
Oh,
Remember,
yeah.
guys? Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still waiting for my first unicycle.
Well, that's be the toughest one. to
Challenge is
do.
out there now. So
Challenges out there, unicycle.
Challenge. If you ride unicycles and you can do it well for long distance,
We request your attendance on
Yeah.
the Six Pack Trail.
right.
any of the bands, Fort Worth, like Lake or White Rock, I said Lake Rock.
White Rock Lake.
Right.
That one's fun, by the way. That one's different because you go to a bunch of bars as well. So we start at White Rock Ale House and Brewery.
Solid.
So we go from there. We go to On Rotation,
Which is a hill.
So, yeah, that's a hill.
which is a hill. After we hit On Rotation, we bike out to Lake House, which is a brewery.
haven't
Or it's
been
not a
there.
brewery.
Restaurant.
It's a restaurant. But
Okay.
we pull an Oak Highlands brewery there, so we'll feature a pour from there.
Oh, you're right by my house. I'll meet you there.
Yeah, the goal with the White Rock Lake one is to feature more of East Dallas. Dallas has a bunch of neighborhoods that are very awesome and kind of feature the awesome things about those neighborhoods. And so after you hit Lake House, you basically bike out to a place called District 9 Drought House.
Yep.
Okay.
And then in that same shopping center, we have El Vecino, where people actually get a margarita. Change it up on them.
I was gonna change the whole game on that one. Yeah,
And
yeah.
chips and salsa. That's
And
that's
chips
kind of
and
like the
salsa.
taco stop version at the Dallas one. You get
Then,
you gotta put a
then
something
after
in your mouth.
that, you
Fair
hit Urban Vines, where we feature Pegasus City Brewery.
or wine.
then-
So it kind of continues
wine,
to throw it
yeah.
up to or
I
change it
just
up
switched
to.
up the
so.
whole game on the Six Pack Trail with
Then
this and White Rock.
after you hit, you also get at that location. He's
Give
going
me
to offer
flatbread,
some
right?
flatbread, yeah. So you'll have another nice
Chance
thing to
to-
snack on.
Yeah, Flatbread's
Then
delicious, but when-
then we hit the lot where we feature Lakewood Brewery, and then after the lot, you bike to White Rock Ale House where you finish with a big burger, another badass
Yeah.
burger.
So to Paul's point earlier about that's more kind of a taste of White Rock Lake almost, where you get all these munchies and it's not all just beer.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
there's not all those breweries around them. If they let us
And
ride
that's
on
like-
635, that'd be
Yeah.
really cool because then we could hit all these East
That
Dallas
wouldn't go
brewing
too well.
companies. But yeah,
I don't think with Dallas drivers would go too well, but what I would
Yeah.
say that does sound interesting for a different aspect. Definitely doesn't showcase the beer side too much. You partner with some great people, Lakewood, and you do go to On Rotation, solid beer place. You know, have a bunch of different
Yeah.
variety of beers.
at the end of the day, it is 4 breweries because White Rock Ale House Brews.
We got
one beer
Pegasus,
on rotation.
Oh, I
OHB,
forgot
Lake
about
House,
that.
White Rock Ale House, and
So you can
on rotation.
change up a little bit, but you still
Yeah.
have a lot of things. But that's the interesting scenery. What I'll probably be more interested in for myself because I don't have a bike. And I
Yeah.
have a bike rack myself, so what I probably would do the Deep Ellum version of that.
Yeah.
It's like
And that one's super approachable. It's 8 miles. That one's more on roads than any of the other ones. But with that, we also have our beer guides that are in front and in back, and
we do those on Sundays, too,
They're also on
for that
Sundays, which is a little bit more slow pace,
okay.
which is good.
So that's gonna be the fourth weekend of every month.
That one is actually so that one basically the Fort Worth and Deep Ellum one are on the same third Saturday and Sunday
Okay.
of the month, and then the White Rock one is on the opposite month on the third Saturday.
Got it.
So we'll have first Saturday we have tours, second Saturday we have tours, third Saturday, and then fourth Saturday. First and fifth we don't do anything.
Got it.
If there's a fifth.
If there's a fifth.
First we have the Raw and Sun Social on that.
Yeah, it's coming this weekend.
So we have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so you have at least several different events a week every month for your social events.
Every month there's probably about 4 to 5
And you
events.
can get that all on your website, by the way. You guys are not keeping up, go to your website onyourleft.com.
OYLmarketing.com.
Oh, wow, sorry about that.
Or it's even easier to remember if you go to dfwruns.com.
DFWruns.com.
It takes you there. It even don't be afraid by the word runs. We rides too, so it's all right there.
But we'll
But I don't know if we
navigate you
own that yet. Do we own
DFW
DFW rides?
Or should we do bikes or pedals or what should we do?
I don't know.
Think about it.
We got a chance. I would like to say this podcast won't come out for at least 3 weeks, so you have time. We can change that and add to it. But
Nice.
but no, it's something interesting. What I was picturing when you said the bike trail, what I was picturing is I have this contraption I can put on the front of the bike that I can record myself riding.
Yeah.
And do like an IGTV event of the whole thing.
Cool.
Because I have a gimbal with me that I can walk around when we go to the spots and drink and talk
Yeah,
to
dude.
people.
So to Paul's point earlier about the Deep Ellum, not to change subjects on you, but talking about trails. So the original Dallas Skyline is 75% on hike and bike trail.
Yeah, I would say so. That one's definitely majority trail.
White Rock is 75 to 80% on
Probably
the
more
trail.
like 90%. That one's like all trail.
Pretty much. Deep Ellum is on the road because there's no trail through Deep Ellum.
We are on trail for probably about like maybe 4%. Right here on the Santa Fe.
And then Fort Worth is if Martin House is open, there's probably 10 to 15% trail, but it's all bike lane because Fort Worth is very bike friendly. So they have lots of bike lanes to
Nice.
get into. So safety is something we really push on these, not to be a Debbie Downer on them, but
No, of course. You have too many
Yeah.
variants of people. It's open to the public, so you
Yeah.
have all different levels to biking and
You
running.
bring up a good point.
You know,
Our first one that we did, the breweries weren't really used to us yet. It was our first event. Our glass is a 12-ounce plastic cup, and
which you get to keep by the way for each one. So.
and with that, it was we do an 8-ounce pour, and so I would show them the pour line, and they wouldn't really know where it was at. So like the first one, literally everybody had a 6-pack of beer on the first event, and
I should have been to that event.
Yeah.
you should have gone to the first one.
Always go to the first ones. Whenever tour we open,
But
always
then
go
we
to the
figured
first
it out, and they also figured out where the pour line was, and so we had 8 ounces at each place, and that made it much more safe because they ended up being 4 beers over the whole day.
Safety, always safety first. I do not knock it. It's always funny to say, oh, it's just safety. It's funny, but honestly, when you run events, you take care of people. You want to be open to the public, and when you open it to the public to a wide variety of people, you open up to responsible people, not so responsible people, people who can take care of themselves, and people who can't take care of themselves. So there's just a lot of variables, and you want to eliminate one variable of not getting too drunk, and that's perfectly fine. And
Yeah.
also being safe. That's why you have people in front and the back, and you have a car. So it's all about safety. And
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. I mean,
Yeah.
when you're a beer guide on it, you can kind of pick out who your people are going to be at the beginning of the day. They're going to press past the limits, and you know who those people are, and you just kind of keep an eye on them. And
Yeah.
after you get to stop 4, you turn into like helicopter dad, and you're like, hey, you should probably want some water now. Like,
Ice.
And we have had to pull some folks off the trail in the past and sober them up a little bit. And
That's
run-
unfortunate, but it
run them down.
happens.
don't be
yeah.
that guy.
Yeah, I think the other
Not
thing,
the first event. I will not be there on IGTV, but I won't say I will never not be that guy.
Sure.
Side notes, you guys want another round, and it's almost 3:20 for you. So
I got one more beer in me.
one more.
Yeah.
Let's get another round. So we're back, and then side note, we're drinking Oak Cliff now, all three of us. So
That's right.
Yep.
We got the Hef over there for Paul, and me and Eric are drinking the lager.
Yeah.
Cheers to y'all out there
Cheers to Oak
in
Cliff.
the beer land.
And Todd,
Joel.
Joel, not
Jacob.
Todd 2.0. And Walker. Walker has his IPA coming out soon.
Yeah.
But we all side note too. I didn't realize you were drinking the somber, not the somber.
Not the sombre, the somber. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, the new variants of this one.
Yeah, it was fun. I live in Bishop Arts, which is great. And so when they first were opening it up, I got my TABC. I helped them
Nice.
with their industry night, which was a lot of fun because I got to basically pour beers for all the people that have been pouring beer for us on Six Pack Trail for the last
Nice.
3 years. And it was just nice to actually pour them a beer for once rather than pour us a beer.
No, that's awesome. No, I mean, the fun thing about it, we've been around these events. I've unfortunately.
Were you at the industry night?
Yeah. I
Okay,
was there. I was there
Cool,
that
man.
night. I was lucky enough that I just met Todd a few weeks earlier. Me and Courtney. have been
Maybe I
really good
poured
friends.
you a beer.
Maybe. This is a weird thing. This world is so small. I'm glad I was nice to you. I was lucky enough to know Courtney. Courtney from Coop. She's a phenomenal person and a phenomenal self-drive for
Yeah.
Coop organization. She represented them very well, and of course she's dating Todd. And I met him through her, and we just hit it off because I liked his beers. And he was like inviting me to the industry, and I was like, I'll be there, cool.
Cool.
And I was there drinking with everybody.
It was fun to be a part of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was happy just to see people there. There were so many people that I hear about,
Right?
And it's funny that you guys were there too. I mean, you were
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, were you there too, Eric?
Paul didn't invite me. I know.
I was volunteering.
See, I want to volunteer over there too.
Volunteering is very hard because you drink beer and you pour beer and
It gets happy.
you do things.
I want to volunteer there too. So I promised Todd and Joe Todd 2.0 that if next time they do their peach beer, because they do this fruit beer
Yeah,
variant,
there's saison.
I missed the peach, and they're like, "It's too hard for them." I was like, "Next time you do this, motherfucker, let me know. I'll volunteer my weekend. I do all this
Nice.
stuff for the peaches. I got you. I know it's gonna be hard work, but I just like peaches is my favorite fruit.
Yeah.
It's not the healthiest fruit out there for you, but I'm ready.
Sounds like breakfast beer to me.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, ooh, this is gonna be good.
Make it into a smoothie.
Fuck yeah, that's so smart. That's the way to start my day for work. I did not hear that, boss. I did not hear that.
So yeah, speaking of Oak Cliff, at the end of the year we are planning to tease an Oak Cliff version of Six Pack Trail.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, and so that one we'll go to Oak Cliff Brewery. It'll hit a couple places in Bishop Arts, so it'll probably hit Small Brew Pub.
Small, solid place.
Probably,
There's a few bars over there. That's too close.
yeah. So it's tucked in the back. I've talked to people.
Yeah, I think your
It's-
beer guys would be better than me because I'm trying to think. Because I'm thinking everything in Bishop. I was like, there's a Cuban spot right there. There's a cigar spot right there. Then
Oh,
there's
right.
these bars right there that you can drink.
We're gonna just stop and smoke a cigar. Then we're gonna get some ice cream. Then we're gonna eat pizza.
That's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not a good guy. I'm just thinking everything in Bishop Arts. Because they got a phenomenal taco stop right there in Bishop Arts. And then you got the Cuban spot up the block from that. So,
So yeah, there's a lot of fun there. There's more hills involved with that one, but yeah, once you get over the hills in life, you're onto the beer.
on to the good stuff.
With every up, there's a down. So
This is true. So this is one thing I say this all the time to my friends. One thing I miss about New York is to walk anywhere I want to.
Yeah,
A lot of it, me being younger, just had a faster metabolism, and I was very active in sports. I always played sports, but also walked everywhere. I ran everywhere I needed to go, walked everywhere, biked if I need to. Since I moved to Texas, zero walking really. Outside of a few parts of Dallas, a few parts of Austin. Austin's a bigger walking city, so is San Antonio in certain spots of it, but
yeah,
outside of like certain areas, it's not big walking. I do a lot more driving to places.
yeah. I would say Dallas is catching up. They're trying to become more walkable. but it is very road driven. People drive and park everywhere. We have ordinances where people have to have certain amounts of parking spaces just to open up
that
their
blew my mind.
establishment.
That blew my mind when I heard that.
And you know, a lot of these cities that you hear of are more towards smaller parking lots, more public transportation, use your bike.
Yeah, that blew my mind when I moved here, and I was like, my parents live in Mansfield, Texas. I was like, okay, I just hop on a bus. I don't know how to drive a car. They're like, there's no public transportation out in Mansfield. Out this way. I was like, what do you mean there's no public transportation? What do you mean there's no public? You can't hop on a bus?
Right.
And then what else thing blew my mind is not 24/7. I'm like, what the fuck you mean it's not 24/7? You mean the train stops at midnight?
Yep.
Get out of here.
What's didn't like some isn't there a lot of funding that just opened up for bike lanes and for trails?
There is an ambitious program in Dallas for hike and bike trails. Actually, they just, if you watched it, I think it was last night, they were featuring a new trail that's opening, a hike and bike trail that you can take from 75 to Love Field.
Oh wow.
That's a ambitious bike trail.
There's a lot going on. I mean, it's got to get funded. It's got to get done. There's got to
But
be
that's a
some
lot
champions.
of road work to do on it. Yeah.
Well, they're following a lot of the power lines routes.
And even
So
like
those
the
are-
dart lines and some of them, right?
and dart lines, yeah. So there's.
Oh, so this
there-
is flatland nearby there. Yeah.
To your point earlier when we started, you were talking about you didn't know that there was so much recreational running in Dallas, and it's in Texas too. Although Texas is often ranked as one of the fattest cities or states
Which
in
blows
the
my
country.
mind because I've never seen so many people, avid runners that live here. So many avid runners.
And I think those numbers are skewed. Blame Trump, fake news, all that sort of stuff.
Definitely fake news.
It's fake news, but I just don't think that whatever numbers they're pulling are completely accurate in how they're comparing those numbers. But because there's a lot of opportunity, and the city of Dallas is continuing to grow that. Fort Worth's done a great job with Mayor Betsy Price.
Fort Worth's
and
killing it.
with
Are
their,
they really?
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, doing a great
They're
job.
so bikeable. They have tons of.
I know Magnolia
tons of
area
trails.
has a bunch of trails over there and stuff like that, but I don't spend a lot of time in Fort Worth like that anymore.
Yeah.
But even to Paul's point about opening a retail establishment, we talked about this earlier too in the podcast about things people don't see in the permitting process for one of our big events. For each permit that we pull, we've got to send a parking plan. So if you do a 2,000 person race at Petacolas,
You gotta send a
where are you
bunch
going to find 2,000 parking spaces near Petacolas?
There is none. There's
The
zero.
Hilton Anatole.
So we partner with the Hilton, and they
No way,
sell,
really?
yeah.
They
So you got to
sell-
find all that sort of stuff, which is
It's
an
insane.
interesting challenge.
It is an interesting challenge because it's true. There's no way for people to really drive. The majority of people are going to drive there. So you have 2,000 people at best. Let's say one person per car is 2,000. If you're optimistic, people carpool, but you
Uber
can't
or
rely
Lyft is
that.
nice.
Hopefully, 2 to 3 people per car if things
Yeah.
are awesome. But
Right.
Probably
There's
Yeah.
no dart stop there. To your
No.
point about you can't get on a train or
There's no bus stop.
there might be a bus, but it might take you 3 hours to get there because you got to
Depending
transfer.
where you
over.
fall, how
I
far
want
you
to say
go.
the closest dart stop is like Victory Park.
To Pensacola.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's pretty far.
maybe
It
Love,
is.
Love Field actually might be the closest.
I think I was gonna
Crazy
say you
that
stop
is.
at Children's.
Weird.
You can stop at Children's over there at the UT Southwestern stop.
Oh
That might be
right.
the
Oh
closest.
yeah. That might be closest, and then like bike over there by like Noble Red, take the Strand.
But as I see, again to your point, as I see more and more people moving from like California or Florida or New York or somebody that's used to walkable cities,
Yeah.
good public I don't want to say not knocking DART for being a bad transportation, but good public transportation or more expansive public
But
transportation.
I think more expansive is a key word.
They're working on it. I
yeah.
have a neighbor. He's on the dart board. His name is Patrick.
Shout out to Patrick.
Shout out to Patrick.
Yeah.
And Patrick is avid about coming to kind of the table with just different ideas and thinking of things differently.
I think-
Whether it's having a east to west line rather than all north to south,
Right.
or
You
things
guys,
like that.
come on, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest rant I've had when I first moved here. I probably never had this argument on the podcast, but doing a lot of first on the podcast today. But my biggest rant is that the two biggest cities no way to connect to publicly
Right.
without driving. What the fuck do you mean by that? Like the two most populated parts of DFW, there's no way to be publicly transported between the two. Are you insane? Like, and then you moved Cowboys, when I moved there, you moved Cowboys from Dallas to Arlington, but did no public transportation there.
Oh.
So you have a bunch of
Yeah, I don't understand that
you
part.
have a bunch of drunken people.
You got like the
Arlington.
TRE, but you don't have any part of it goes near near the stadiums.
Nope. There's no public transportation outside of a few bus lines.
It's
This is why we're drinking today.
it's Rangers games, it's Six Flags, and it's AT&T Stadium.
I'd even
'Cause
add
all three of
other-
those events can end
And
at
Texas
the same
Live
time.
or whatever that is.
Yeah, but no public transportation out there. None. It's insane. And then you got nothing coming from Fort Worth. Definitely nothing coming from Fort Worth. It's an insane thing if you talk to someone from what I call bigger cities.
Yeah.
Dallas, Fort Worth is a big city, but individually they're not as big as
Yeah.
New York City, Chicago. When you talk to people like that, it's insane that they have a way to get there.
And I was liking it to Dart, I think, is a 12-year-old organization.
Yeah, it's
Is
pretty
that
young.
it?
That's it. It's something like 12 years
It
old.
was insane. It was pretty young when I moved here, and I want to say it was about 3 to 4 years when I moved here.
This is kind of what I've noticed too. I'm from San Antonio originally. I moved here after A&M, and yeah, it seems like Dallas is like a teenager.
Yeah.
In some
it's-
aspects,
it's grown-
definitely.
In some aspects, it's like there's like these things about it where it's like, yeah, public transportation seems like it's lagging and it needs to grow up a little bit.
Bringing it back to beer, I think what I've seen over the past 10 years is this kind of applies to the culture of Dallas.
Yeah.
Is the craft beer scene has really brought culture to Dallas. 'Cause
Oh, for
it's-
sure.
It's opened up not only the
Yeah.
brewing scene, but the restaurants, the
The
neighborhoods,
food styles.
the walkability.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
really done all of that, and I don't think it gets enough credit for.
I would say
doing
it's
that.
growing up too. I mean, you see it, just even what? How old is Petacolos now? Like 7 years?
6
6?
or 7. 'Cause I know
6 or
community,
7?
you're right, 7 years. So Pentecost opened first, then community. So communities are the 6th year.
Petacolos opened at second, I think. It was Deep Ellum actually opened up first.
No, I'm talking about between the two. So
Yeah,
I had
okay,
both of them on the podcast, not Deep Ellum
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
So Deep Ellum's older, Francone's older, a lot of other people.
Yeah,
are older.
yeah.
But I'm talking, for me, I'm sorry, I didn't explain that very well. So
You're
between the
good.
2 people who've been on the podcast, I know Community just had their 6-year anniversary.
Yeah.
And I know they're a year older than, a year younger than Pentecost.
Yeah.
So they're 7 years, going on 8.
So it's not even like a decade almost at
No.
all of that happening.
This is why I ultimately stayed in Dallas for my work and ability to travel. So when I lived here, I was like, okay, I get my career started here, then move back to New York City, which I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Then I looked at my options. I could go back to New York City, no problem, live comfortably, but I can't do anything outside of living there. I can't travel. Live here and travel when I want to go back to New York City. And that was the option. But I did not like Dallas. Why? Because to me, it was the most boring city I've ever visited, as far as compared to New York City, Chicago,
Sure.
San Francisco, LA, Vancouver, all cities I fell in love with.
I hear you on that, and that's part of like when I was coming up with Six Pack Trail stuff. Is just like, what do you do in Dallas? Like, what do you do on a weekend? You have some friends in town. Like, what do you do to show off your city to people for them to like see it and like
Outside of
remember it
getting
as
drunk,
like
yeah.
epic and like have a great time and like to make them also think like, yeah, you live in a really cool place.
And take
Yeah.
advantage of the climate that we have here too.
Yeah.
Outside of a few cold days, just one of the better climates compared to Austin, San Antonio, and Houston. The better weather's here by a mile.
So I don't know. Six Pack Trail has kind of become this thing where you can show off DFW to people, where it's like you have a friend in town, take them on the Six Pack Trail. They'll get to go to like 6 awesome breweries. They'll get to like have a really fun day, and then after you've done that, they'll have a story to tell somebody. And
A very, very unique story. This is the thing, man. This is what I was saying earlier. I like the DFW beer community. That is, to me, it's the best. And you're part of the reason why. Like these events like this and the community aspect of it as well. As you guys working with breweries and stuff like that, they love it. Of course, it brings advertisement and eyes to them, but it's things like, oh, this be cool. I want to do it. It's more like, oh, this sounds fun. Let's do it. And I like that aspect of Dallas. And that's why I really have a really big appreciation for the beer community. And I do see the beer community changing Dallas. 'Cause
Yeah.
if Dallas was like this when I first moved here, I would have Dallas as my favorite city versus Houston. Like I love Houston, but I like the culture more in Houston when I first moved here 10 years ago versus Dallas.
Right.
There was
Yeah.
actually culture there. You
And
know?
the awesome thing too, it's an event where you have 6 breweries that are part of it.
Make friends
So
there too.
It's creating community even within the breweries to like have this co-event that they're doing. It's not all just about competition and out, beering each other. It's this culture that they're creating where people are able to all approach this product that everybody enjoys, and beer is just this thing where community comes out of it. You sit around a table, you drink
100%.
beer, and people enjoy, the stories that come out of it in the company.
Make friendships. I may have not made lifelong friends at the one social run I went to, but everybody's there having a good time, man. It's so much fun. People shit talking to each other, or even because I'm a big shit talker, so you find people who might shit talk with you.
Wait for this weekend.
It was gonna be fun. Because
Chopstick challenge last week.
people gonna make fun of the way I run. I haven't ran in a long time. But what I would also find during events is people encouraging each other, and it's a beautiful way to meet new people,
Sure.
man. It was
Yeah.
also large percent of people encouraging each other to do it. Like, you got this. Don't give up. Just run a little bit more. Just run a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's a very encouraging kind of event. Again, I was there a couple years ago, so I can only imagine how more it is now.
Right. Well, I mean, it's unique being the owner of the company. I've developed some of my greatest friendships through doing all this sort of stuff. It's been incredible. I mean, whether I go to a RAR social run, I know I'm going to see 20 or 30 people that go there every single time because they love it. If I go to St. Arnold, I talked to actually somebody about Santo de Mayo today from Australia. From Australia. She lives in Houston, but I know her from going to the Flying Saucer Santo de Mayo social runs.
Wow. Okay.
Man, I've never met these people.
We had people actually come to do the Six Pack Trail from San Diego in an RV,
No way.
which was like what we also have people from Spain come do it too. It was like, what? Like, you're visiting your friend here in Dallas from Spain, and you like decided to do our event?
Because you have something to do here.
There's a group from, are they in Tulsa or Oklahoma City that come down?
Oh,
like,
OKC, yeah. There's these boys from OKC.
They're awesome.
They all come. They're all like jacked guys. Like, there's this guy like Daniel Robinson. Shout out Daniel Robinson.
Hey, big up to Daniel.
Daniel is like tagging us like in Instagram like almost every other week with like some kind of post of like getting ready for the Six Pack Trail this year. Like,
They told
are you
me,
ready?
They told me last year, because we limit the six-pack trail to 50 participants in each one. I don't know if we said that or not.
No.
They actually,
You said you were gonna sell it out.
they said
Daniel.
they're going to sell it out just for them. They're going to bring Oklahoma City down,
Oh,
50
wow.
people, and sell out a six-pack trail.
This is your challenge,
Right.
Daniel, we gotta get it done. I mean,
Daniel. That's a big deal.
I would try to do the Deep Ellum one, so hopefully don't sell that one out. I want to be on that one. Don't sell that one out. But
Yeah, we squeeze in one or two extras just in case. You know.
please, if they do
Yeah.
sell that one out,
We are entrepreneurs too, so
you gotta make that money. But it's about
Friends
time-
can't be left out.
Thank you. I have some friends to that list too. No, I really appreciate you guys doing this. I know you guys been doing it for 10 years strong, 12 years strong.
10, going on 11.
10?
Yeah, it'll be 11 this year.
I know you
so.
did
I
10
haven't
years
quite
with
been there
Roar.
all of them,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
close to it.
The company will be 11 years old. RAR's their 10th. So.
Yeah. So, but you guys work together, and I really appreciate you guys doing this because with the beer community, you guys add more flavor to the city as well. Doing these fun events, and it's funny again. Like I'm laughing in my head. I've been to your event not knowing who you guys are.
I poured a beer for you, and I didn't know who you
we
were.
are. Yeah, we've been around each other, so it's exciting, man. It's a small world, and it's super exciting. But you guys make this city better, man. Honestly, and you keep us beer drinkers in shape, or try to at
We
least.
got, nothing wrong with getting a little heat in the winter and shade in the summer.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with
It's the
that.
best of both worlds.
It's beautiful, but I will be this weekend at RAR 8 o'clock. But I have to register by 7.
7 actually, yeah. 7. Well,
We run at 9.
We run at 9.
The
Never
registration's
mind.
up at
7.
7.
is when my staff gets there. I'm thinking
Oh,
about like
yeah,
all the people
yeah.
I have to manage.
Yeah.
I was thinking registration's at 7. Okay, yeah.
No, 7's when I'll be there.
7 will be
But
there, so registration.
you can
opens
get there
at-
closer to 9. You can sign up all the way up until 9 a.m.
I'll get there
on
at
your
8.
phone.
I gotta. Okay, do it on my phone. So
Yeah,
RAROctoberfest.com/social runs.
for Oktoberfest 5K.
Oh, wow.
If you leave out that 5K, it won't take
won't
you
come up?
anywhere.
You want it anymore?
I don't-
We own both
maybe
of
it
them,
does.
so
Oh, we
should-
do.
Should go both, yeah.
Just a stupid employee.
No. Nobody's stupid. Nobody's stupid.
No.
We'll sign you up as soon as we cut the.
We have all links in the description. So
Right.
if you got following what we're saying, all links in the description. But
Yeah, you've got the Rar and Sons Oktoberfest 5K. That's in September. You've got the social runs for those are the first Saturday of the month. Then you have the Velvet Hammer 5K. Velvet Hammer 5K is April 20th.
420.
And those
Crazy.
social runs are the second Saturday of the month. Then you have the Santo de Mayo 5K. That is actually on Cinco de Mayo. That is in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
So that's a short road trip. And
4
then-
hours.
Yeah, 4 hours, no big deal.
Not 75 or 80 miles an hour now. You can do it in three and a half.
Oh,
yeah,
3.5.
90.
Somebody
Yeah,
over
yeah,
here is
yeah.
not getting pulled over.
Yeah.
No, you can do 90 now.
Then you've got Six Pack Trail. That is going to be your second, third, and fourth Saturday of the month.
Nice.
And that is on bike.
And it's a bigger, kind of a bigger event, bigger route because you guys do
10
it.
miles.
Yeah, it's on a bike. So it's
Okay.
White Rock.
At most 14 for
14
White
is
Rock Lake.
Yeah,
I was gonna
that's
say,
probably the most.
but I'm gonna do the least
difficult.
at 8 miles at Deep Ellum.
Yeah, so we got something for everybody.
Yeah, you got
And
me.
pretty much every weekend. So if you like beer, running, and biking,
So you can follow you guys and find all this information on your social media as well. So Six Pack Trail on social media.
Sixpacktrail.com.
.com as well as
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah, Six Pack Trail all ran together with the number 6.
Okay.
And then,
Is that the handle for all social media like Instagram?
no, so OIL Marketing would have everything, yeah.
Oil marketing. Okay.
or Facebook.com/DFW runs.
DFW runs will have all the links to all the social media, but definitely, man, if you're in the DFW area or you want to visit.
So, don't know what happened there. For some reason, we lost the last minute of this podcast. But what I was trying to say was, I think we're gonna have the best bike riders too. Like we have the best craft beer community. So come challenge, come do a Six Pack Trail, especially if you come in the DFW area, or just if you want to see a different side of DFW. The Six Pack Trail, I think, is gonna be something beautiful. I don't know yet, but I can't wait to try it. On another note, we're gonna wrap this podcast up here. I thank you guys for watching so far, but we're gonna leave here, and then I'm gonna head over to Raw this Sunday and do a 5K, which I haven't done in forever. And Paul said he will do it, so let's see if it's true or not. But I will be there at the Raw 5K, and let's see how it goes. Don't have high hopes for it, but it's only one way to find out. Peace. What's up, guys? It's about 6:40, 6:50ish. Don't know exactly the time right now, but early as shit. I'm getting ready to head over to Raw. I'm eating my yogurt parfait I got last night because I knew I won't have time to have breakfast, and I don't want too much to eat. You know, it's my first time running 5K in a couple of years, and worried about my knee, but I got it wrapped up, taking my CBD oil, and just gonna go out and try to have fun. Great thing about this is only $20 to get in for the run, 3 beers and a glass, man. So it's gonna be fun regardless. So I'll catch up back with you guys when I get to Raw. Peace. Alright guys, I'm here at Raw. It's cold as shit. I'm not ready for this shit. But it looks like everybody's still setting up, so we'll see what happens, man. I don't think I'm ready for this. Let's go, let's check it out.
I thought I wasn't going to have to run.
I told you I was gonna be here.
I know, but I was like, maybe he won't show up. Maybe I won't.
Game right now. We get all the runners registering. It's getting a little crazy, but it's still adding more people coming in. So we'll see. We'll see how I do. I'm not really not looking forward to this whatsoever. But I got my knee brace on, and we'll make it happen. I told Paul, man of my word, that I'll be here, so he's gonna run with me.
Yeah, and I wasn't expecting him to come, so now I have to run.
So we're gonna see what we do.
Yeah.
Run, walk, slight jog. We'll see what happens.
Jogging.
Yogging. New
We're
word
gonna
for me.
jog.
survived running.
Just so that way I know it in case
I didn't do too well. Paul had to walk me and carry me halfway through the way. It was not a good look. It was not a good look, but we made it. At 5K.
Yeah.
Salud, salud.
Salute. Yeah.
Let's turn this around. So, he was the walking guy, and he beat me here. That's how bad I was doing.
We took a little shortcut.
Nah, I like it. I should have followed you instead. I should have done a walking thing.
Yeah, I ran into Jesse and he was like, let's just go this way. All right.
That works for me.
Before it starts raining.
I almost died out there trying to run.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I couldn't breathe. My asthma was acting up. But I did it all for the beer. I do need an inhaler.
I have them.
Dude, for real?
Yeah.
Please.
All right. If I call your number, you are going to be a contestant to come up here. You're going to get 4 Nerf guns. So 4 Nerf guns. You're going to stand behind these cones right here, and you're going to try and shoot these cans. Each of these cans has a point value on it, from 5 to 20 to 10. Some have question marks. Those might be ones to look at too as well. You are not going to be timed, but you're going to use all the ammunition, all 4 guns. Whoever has the highest points is going to go home with a $20 Heim barbecue gift card. How about that? That's some good barbecue if you've never had it. It's awesome. All right, here we go. Should I call this one or should I draw again? You tell me. Call or draw? Call or draw?
Call.
Draw?
Call.
Tell me, what do y'all want me to do?
Call.
What? Call? We're gonna call. Here we go. First number, 3, 9, 4. 394. You're our first contestant. 394. Where you at? 394. You got it? Come up here. Come on up. Let's give him a round of applause. All right. Let me do the verification here. 394. 394. All right. So give us just a second. We're going to load up the guns. You're going to try first. So you're going to stand behind this line over here, and you're going to try and shoot these cans, okay? The most of them, you want to knock down the most, because obviously whoever has the most score at the end of the game is going to win the gift card. Cool? Excellent. Thank you. There you go. Come on up. Just so you guys know, we are doing 4 rounds of this, so it's not just one person. So we're going to have 4 different people try to do this. Now, is she locked and loaded and ready? Jess is going to kind of walk you through it a little bit.
So what you guys are going to do, did he tell you? You're just going to pick up the ammunition, and you can throw it right back in that box. Cool. High five, guys. I appreciate the help. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, can I get a round of applause for my little helpers right up here? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Appreciate it, guys. Okay, are you ready? Have you ever shot a gun before?
Yeah.
Nerf gun. Okay, I saw USMC, so I'm thinking. Here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. Oh! 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 They're quick. Oh! Oh! You hit somebody in the head. That's great. Oh! There's one. Keep on going. You got a lot of ammunition there. Oh! 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 Come on. There you go. Another gun. Oh, there's one. Oh! 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 There you go. Oh! Yes, he cleaned it up now. There you go. Just take him out. Come on. give her a round of applause, guys. Good job. We're going to count up that score. I'll tell you what, if you would just hang out up here with us, you can go grab your beer if you would like. All right, first number, second contestant. 3. Second number, 0. Third number, 9. 309, where you at? There you go, come on up. We'll get a verification here real quick. Excellent, excellent. All right, Jesse's gonna kind of explain it a little bit and we'll get you started here. 1, 2, 3, go. There you go, there you go. Come on, they're quick. Oh, oh. Yeah, you get all those guns, so keep on going. Hey! Oh. Oh! Hey, there we go. All right. Hey, hey! Keep it going. Yep, switch to the next one. Oh! Good. Oh, so close, so close. Oh. All right, that's it. You're out. Good job. Good job. Let's just give a round of applause. That was pretty awesome. Good job. Good job. Good job. Come on up here. Go ahead and pick out a number for me, please. All right, everybody listen up, quiet down, quiet down. I'm gonna have her say the number, okay? Quiet down, everybody quiet, here we go. Are you ready? I want you to yell it, okay? All right, here you go, go ahead. 343, where you at? 343. 34, there you go, come on up. Yeah, nice work, nice work. Let me check that bid. All right, you are confirmed. Jesse, you gonna go ahead and explain the rules, or are you good to go? You know what you gotta do? 3, let's cheer them on, guys. 1, 2, 3, go ahead. There's one. Nice. All right, now you got more ammunition back there, so to switch the gun when you run out. Oh! Hey! Oh. There you go. Oh! There you go! Now you're getting it! Oh! Last gun, here we go. Oh, oh! Oh! Nice, nice. That's it. All right, good job. Let's give a round of applause. Excellent. So hang out up here, right over here with these young ladies. You can go grab your beer if you want to, so you have something to drink. But hang out up here and we'll tally up your total real quick. His bib number is 373. Do you guys think we should let him play? Yeah. All right, bud. Get my next one. Let's go. Look at this. I don't even have to tell him anything. This cat is ready. I like it. Here we go. On the count of 3. Are you ready? All right. Guys, laser focus. Look at him. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh. Yeah, you still got it. Yeah, you still. There you go. Oh. Oh. Oh! 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 Hey! That's what I'm talking about. Nice work. Dang, bro! Got that laser focus. I like it. Dang. Oh, what is happening right now? Oh. Parents, this is what happens when you play video games. Learn it right now. This is what happens when you play video games. Guys, let's give them a round of applause. Come on. Top 4 people to come stand up here. My top 4 people. She's going to be number 1. You're good, you're good. You know where you're at. Okay. Okay. All right. First place. Let's cheer her on here. What is your name? Saida. Everybody give her a round of applause for winning that $20 Heinz gift card. And for you guys, we're not letting you go empty-handed. I don't know how this is going to work for you. You'll have to talk to your parents. Yeah, you can fill it up with orange juice, just don't take it to school, okay? Here we go. You got your growlers. Guys, give a round of applause. Excellent, excellent job. Great job, guys. You're done. You can go sit down. Thank you so much. No speech. I'm good on the speeches.
Good job, man.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Valiant Life. Where's that IV hydration goodness? Yeah, you put there. Look. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna let you pick it out. All right, here we go. I'm looking for. I'm not really sure how to spell your name. Josu Jasu Canabalo. Jasu Canabalo, where are you at? Is that you? All right, man, you won an IV hydration. Nice work, bro. Good job.
If you kids want to shoot some, stand on this side and shoot that way.
All right, big question. Who knows the date of the next social run?
It was an epic 5K, horrible showing by me. I wish Drew ran it instead, but I did it. I did my best, but it's not a good look for us. But it was a lot of fun, man. This is just an example of what they do for these 5K social runs. So every month they do one here at RAR. They also do one at Pensacola every month. And then you have, excuse me, let me get this camera fixed. And then they have their six-pack trail, which I'll be participating to over in Deep Ellum this week, but they do it in different places. Check them up. Links in the description. All the websites they do all their social runs and times and events and stuff like that will be there. Follow them, support them. We live in the DFW area, and if you're just visiting too, check them out, bro. It's gonna be a lot of fun. That's just an example of what they do, man. So I want everybody to have a safe, wonderful weekend. Don't drink and drive. Take a lift, and on to the next event. Small Brew Pub. Barrett Tillman. Peace.